So, you know, we spoke of the characteristic symptoms. Okay. So, under characteristic, we focused on the character of pain. We also saw that there is sort of changeability. Changeability at the level of mind and changeability at the level of body. Okay. And then, of course, the discharges, which are very important. It's a thirstless remedy. We saw that. And then sleep, desires, aversions, all those things. There's a small image that I've tried to show you. This has got a lot of relevance to the remedy that we are going to speak. Majority of us are from the rural area. Okay, and this is something with which you would have played, with which you would have seen. And what is the speciality of this particular creature? There is changing the color. Yeah. And it changes the color and it adapts itself to the background so that the enemy will not realize that this creature is there. Many times, it can be, you would have seen many photos, identify creature. It's a rock, and in the rock there is a creature, and it would have beautifully, camouflaged to the rock color, and you will not realize that this creature is there. Okay. So now, why I have got this image here is because it's got that capacity to change. So the remedy that we are going to discuss, which we have already started, is a remedy Pulsatilla, and we are looking at the mind part of Pulsatilla. And in the mind, what you will see is there is a lot of changeability in the mind. Okay, so we'll quickly look at a pulse. And what I also try to tell you is, wind flag is a small and delicate with a flexible stem, and this is what we were trying to tell you, which blends one way or another according to the direction of the prevailing wind. So very changeable, like the flowers swaying in the wind. The symptoms of Pulsatilla are also changeable. Okay, so that's one thing. And Pulsatilla child. How are Pulsatilla kids? They're good looking. Okay, very good. Don't give too much importance for looks. Okay, this is what they have observed in the growing. So tomorrow, if the child in front of you is not beautiful, it does not mean you rule out Pulsatilla. Okay, so you'll have to be a little careful. Okay, so what basically you see in Pulsatilla child is, in clinic, from the clinical knowledge, they are the kind of kids. I don't know how the PPT is the order, but I am giving you from the clinic. They are very shy-natured kids, very sensitive kids, kids who don't mix very easily. Okay, generally they take time. They taking time is out of shyness. They taking time to mix with you is out of lack of courage. Timid, shy, bashful kids. Okay, they take little time. Fine. So very mild and very gentle. These are all the words taken from Dr. Kent's Materia Medica. Mild, gentle, and very delicate. Very delicate. Okay, and very affectionate. So Pulsatilla child is mild, very gentle, very affectionate, and very caring. And they are very, very delicate people. Like the plant. You saw that plant, very delicate. What do you understand by delicate? If you tell something, they might get hurt very easily. They will not have, the mental strength to bear the words that you are using. They are very, very delicate. They get offended very easily. Okay? You have a Pulsatilla friend. You have an Nedram friend. You have a sulfur friend. You have an arsenic friend. Your behavior with each of them will vary. And if it is Pulsatilla, if it is Nedram, you take one step back and you will be very careful. Because small word, the least word which should not offend anybody, it can offend Nedram. So when you are talking to Nedram, you will be rehearsing 3-4 times. Should I tell this? If I tell, what will my net-term friend feel? If you have a sulfur friend, you will not even think, and you would have spoken 10 points extra which you did not want to talk. Because for sulfur it will not make any difference. Sulfur will tell, if not me, then with whom will we talk? Please tell. Fine? Okay. But net terms, that's the kind of vibe they give. You put one step forward, net term puts 4 steps backward. Touch me not. Don't hurt me. So what is the tagline of net term? Handle with care. And where will we put this tagline? Where do you see this tagline? Handle with care. Ah, beautiful. Glass. Why it is put on glass? Because they can break. And your statement can break the net term. Okay, so they're very guarded. So you cannot have those loose talks. You cannot make fun. These are protect someone in there. 99% majority of the times, net terms will not give you a chance to, taunt at them. And they're very perfect. Net term student does her homework first. You know why? Because net term does not want getting scolding. Only if I don't do no, you scold. Only if you scold, I get hurt. So what is the solution? I do my homework. Whether I like it or not. But I don't like scolding from you. Right? So they give the assignment first. मेरी अम्मा मेरे को डांटना नहीं. Because I am mentor. And what is it? Handle with care. So that is mentor. Sulfur or any other remedy, for example. Madam would have been fed up scolding me. कितने बार डांट रहे थे? थोड़ा सा शर्म है. Fine. मैडम वो क्या है? मतलब मैडम से कुछ तो शर्म कर. ये सल्फर पूछे मैडम मतलब क्या? वो क्या शर्म क्या है? For them it may not matter, but there are few constitutions for whom it can matter. And Pulsatilla is very delicate. The moment you tell something, the reaction of Pulsatilla is, you will be surprised how quickly she can pick up. You would have not completed your statement. This scolding you would have started, and then many times fathers know when they look at Pulsatilla chain, from the look they can work out. The Pulsatilla was immediately, what is it, Ganga, Jamuna, Kaveri, the entire Kumbh Mela will happen here. They start weeping. Why? Because they know father will go next level. And that will hurt them more. And if you are a father with a little heart, then you decide, no, I am not going further. If you are nitric acid, father, or if you are some anacardium, some sepia, some heartless way, then how much are you know? I will not stop. Because my constitution is different and I keep going on and on. Right? And the Pulsatilla keeps going on and on. Okay. So what is very important for you is very mild, very delicate, very gentle, very affectionate, very caring. Okay. So this is how the kids are, and this is what I was just trying to tell you. Generally, otherwise they are very happy, but what is it? A drop of a hat, they can be, meaning small thing, slightest thing which may not affect others can bother them. Very moody. See the moody thing. What do you understand by moody? Moody means changing now. You never know when you are happy. Your friend is feeling. Immediately she is crying. So the boyfriend also will be confused. If you say Pulsatilla girlfriend, what do you talk? What is her mood like? Is she happy? Okay, fine. And she is happy and you make some comment, and then you told this to me, that to me, and then she may start getting. Okay. So pulse and net term. In this situation they might come very close, but net terms are very, very dignified, very diplomatic. Net terms will not weep in front of anybody. And you ask net term, why you don't weep? What will net term tell? Sir, if I weep, I will become weak. And I don't want to be weak in front of others. औरों के सामने, दूसरों के सामने, I am not going to weep in front of others. My tears are precious. Right? What will netram do? Netram will lock herself. तूने मेरे को ऐसा बोला. And she might start one alone. She might lock herself and she might start weeping oh and on. The same thing Pulsatilla can do in public. You understand the difference? Pulsatilla को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I am in public. I am with my mother. I am with my father. No, I am hurt. Yeah, I am hurt. Netram I am hurt. Yeah, I am hurt. But I am not showing I am hurt. चल मैं घर जाऊँगा. I am in the mall. चल मैं mall में जाऊँगा. कहाँ जा रहा हूँ मैं mall में? I am getting into a washroom, locking myself, and you weep, and then you come back as if nothing is happening. Right? And this is the beauty of Pulse, and this is the difference of Netram. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Very moody. She can switch from smiling to weeping and back again. See how nicely our masters are given. She is weeping. Yeah, correct. Yes, either is. So she is laughing. So you make some joke. She is hurt. She can weep, or she is. You're not making any joke, and she might weep. That's why I tell you, Pulse boyfriend will be confused. मैं कहाँ हूँ? What is happening? So very moody, yeah. So again, thanks to Google, I have taken the image. Very sensitive, very sensitive. Okay. Children are very sensitive. Now, what are they sensitive to? Scolding. If you have read Netrams, you will get the similar thing, but the reactions will be different. They are sensitive to scolding. Right? When reprimanded, she is terribly anxious to make amends, apologies carefully. Okay? Fine. So, they're very sensitive. Small things, if you scold, they can weep and they can be apologetic as well. Okay? So, weeping of Pulse. Okay, you can just, again, thanks to Google Images, otherwise you wouldn't have understood the picture, or you wouldn't have understood Pulsatilla. What you see is, you'll be surprised how ready the tears are. You'll be surprised how ready the tears are. Small thing, and they will start weeping. And weeping again. There are different remedies who can weep different way. For example, if it is chamomilla, if this is chamomilla, the first thought you get is, what is it? You feel like plugging her mouth. What is it? She is crying with so much of irritation, and that cry is something that is irritating you. Fine, and you just feel like plugging, please make her quiet. Fine. For example, if a Pulsatilla child is weeping, the same person who felt like plucking somebody's mouth, you feel like carrying her, you feel like consoling her, cuddling her. That is the kind of weeping you have in Pulsatilla. So Pulsatilla weeping will not be like very loud, very irritating. Pulsatilla weeping is something that is very sympathetic. It makes you melt. You told me like this to me, and then if you're again a sensitive person, you will feel bad. Why did I tell this? And poor girl, I made her make weep. Right? So weeping is something that this is the difference. I hope you understand. Right? If this is this, what you feel like doing? Yeah, this is more of chamomilla. And they start shouting, they start shrieking, weeping, and you go crazy. Right? And this is a minor variety. Right? So gentle weeping. What is the difference in weeping? Gentle weeping, the mild submissive form of grieving, tears gather readily in her eyes and she lets them fall freely. Please make a note. Tears can gather readily even in Netram. Netram alone, tears gather readily in Netram. But the gravitational force law will not work in Netram. I hope you are getting it. So eyes are filled with tears, but she has got some extra capacity to retain it. she will not let it fall. She will be talking to you, right? Yes, doctor. Even this movement she is making, no, this will not fall. But you see her eyes full. And that is netram. Trust me, if you make it fall, you will win the case. Right? But you know, they hold it. They hold it. And for example, you create an environment where they feel confident in you and they start weeping now, then you have won the case. That's what I was just trying to tell you. And netram, I tell you, sir, it's been 20 years. You know, doctor, you know what? And for example, you give something, even there in the chamber, no, they are very dignified. When it is netram, please be careful. I told you, when you go one step forward, netram will go 4 steps backward. Homeopathy teaches how you should behave with netram. For example, Pulsatilla, when she is sleeping, if you go 4 steps forward, backward, she will be coming 8 steps forward. Sir, I am Pulsatilla. Fine, I need that consolation. Fine, मेरे को कुछ बोलो ना, हम ट्रीट करेंगे, मेरे को what is it? You give me that confidence. Fine, okay. So that is Pulsatilla. Pulsatilla can readily give. Netrams will have tears, but they are not big. That's what I was trying to tell you. If you create that environment where netram feels confident and she weeps, and you know what is the statement she gives? That's it's been years since I wept. Even when my dad died, no, I could not weep. Fine? So many years, this, that, from childhood, this trauma, that trauma, everything is piled up in netram. And if you have, if you can make them weep, I'm not a sadistic person here, but what I'm trying to tell you is that can be a beautiful outlet for netrams. And they'll feel very relieved. Okay. So this is what I want you to understand. Tears gather readily, both in netram and Pulsatilla, but what is the difference? They let them fall freely. See how beautifully the author has written. I don't know from where I have taken this statement, but see how beautifully they have written. From their practical experience, they let them fall freely, but netrams will not let the tears fall. Because for them, it's a very esteemed remedy, strong remedy. For them, weeping in front of others is weakness. And they want to be strong. Or at least they pretend to be strong by not weeping. And they don't realize weeping can make wonders. Letting down the tears can make wonders, but they are too dignified to weep in front of others. Fine? So keep this and we'll again come back. Yeah, Chemomila, irritating cry, one want to spank the child. See, already the child is crying. And what is your feeling from inside? Will you stop crying or should I give more? Is what you feel here. And what are you feeling here? No, baby, don't cry. Don't cry. Right? So this is what you get here and this is what you get there. They are two different remedies. And you should understand the art of picking up. Beautiful science, homeopathy. When we saw this, this is very, very important. See, this shows the changeability, the moodiness of Pulsatilla. Very touchy. They get offended very fast. That's what I was just trying to tell you. The word that may not offend somebody can easily offend Pulsatilla, can easily offend netram. Okay? Fine? Weeks for small things, other remedies. Okay, we will not discuss this for a first year student. And we'll come back. See, like for example, they are very confused when it comes to choosing things. Indecisive. Pulsatilla child here. Okay, or Pulsatilla child in the toy shop, or Pulsatilla child in the some eatery. Should I take this? Should I take that? Should I go with the red frock or should I go with the blue one? Confusion. Unfortunately, the confusion continues. So should I pick Vijay or should I pick Krishna? When she falls in love with somebody, so she is confused. When Vijay is good looking, Krishna is a good boy. So should I go for looks or should I go for this? Right? Fortunately, both are me. Okay. So we'll just come back. Now this is what happens. So very, very indecisive, very changeable. She might pick blue when she goes to the billing counter, mummy, blue it won't like, please mummy, I'll go for green. So very indecisive. Which toy, which book, even in school class, highly indecisive. And this is what, see, pulse, it grows in groups. So this is what you see here. So what you also see, Pulsatilla likes company. Pulsatilla likes company. Okay. Flower grows in clusters. Even the character is dependent. They are highly dependent people. They need somebody. They need somebody. Fine. So very dependent and very indecisive. Okay. See, Pulse, if you have a Pulse lady, she tells, sir, as a child, I was very close to my father. Fine. Whatever my father would tell, I would do. When I grew up, it was my boyfriend. So my boyfriend would tell, ये तेरे को अच्छा लगेगा, ये तू इसमें अच्छा दिखेगी, तू तेरे को ये अच्छा लगेगा, चल मैं ये पहन रहा हूँ. So and after marriage, it is my husband. Right? Okay? Yeah. These things are very smart. You understand? Right? Okay. Husband will become boyfriend will become husband. Possible. Sometimes. Yeah. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But what I want you to understand is the dependency. But what you are understanding is something else. Sir, boyfriend was not the husband. You're not, we are not looking at that point, but what I want you to understand is, this is the statement she gives. Fine? Sir, nothing of my own, sir. मेरे पिताजी जो बोल रहे थे वो करके गए. उन्होंने बोला बेचना, चल बेचना. Fine. उन्होंने बोला लड़का से शादी कर, चल लड़का से शादी किया. उसके बाद पिताजी का खत्म. उसके बाद हस्बैंड का. हस्बैंड ने बोला ये तेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, this you do, that you do, fine, and she follows husband, and after some time the son, the daughter, okay, so or they either follow or they are dependent, fine, they want somebody to hold on, and Pulsatilla is a very clingy person, dependent, clinging to father, clinging to boyfriend, or clinging to husband, or clinging to children. Right? This is how Pulsatillas are. They are very, very dependent. Very clingy people, very dependent. You saw this, I told you this from the beginning. Very shy, very bashful, very timid, and this is very, very important. Clingy. Clinging to father or clinging to mother, whatever. Very clingy people. Clinging to mother or to her skirt in public. Like, for example, holding mother's dress. Right? Okay? Clingy. Very clingy people. Okay? And this is the Pulsatilla adult. When she grows up, when she hits puberty, or the girl. Yeah, Pulse is very fastidious. Okay? Which are the other fastidious remedies? Very good, asking from Nettums. Don't forget Nettum. Nettum is also very fastidious. Pulsatilla is also fastidious. Okay? So, for example, before going to some function and all, she might dress up very well, very neat. Fine? See, the fastidiousness in Pulsatilla is mainly to attract people. Okay? The fastidiousness in Nettum is because she is sensitive. She does not want anybody commenting. क्या बाल तेरा ऐसा है? Nettum should not like. Fine? Okay? And Pulsatilla is very insecure. If I am not good looking, then I will not attract people. Okay? So for that, Pulsatilla has to be or wants to be fastidious. And arsenic, it is disease. I had a patient. Husband was saying, sir, please do something. I asked him, boss, why, what happened? Sir, my wife is very clean, neat. Our house, sir, if you show me dust, I'll give you how much our money was. This is okay, sir. When she is going to relatives' house, when she is going to friend's house, there also she keeps cleaning their house also, sir. And it is so embarrassing for me, sir. And this lady says, sir, what is embarrassing in that? It is not neat. If it is not neat, I cannot see. My house, your house will not matter. It will not matter for me. It has to be clean. That is arsenic. So arsenic, it is disease. For us, everything should be clean, neat. For Pulsatilla, if I am neat, I attract people. Okay. For Nettum, if I am not neat, you will comment. And I cannot take the comment. What is it? Handle with care. I am glass. If you hurt, I'll break. So I don't want to break. So I am clean, I am neat. You're getting the facet. So here they're very fastidious. This is the dependency we were talking of, and kids who are very timid. So naturally they will be fearful. So fearful, they are prone to all types of fears, especially when they are feeling insecure as a result of inadequate parents' attention or a change of circumstance. I mean, very insecure people, they always need that kind of bonding, a kind of an attachment, clingy people. Clingy people. So fear of a lot of things, if you just see here, fear of being alone, okay, fear of dark, fear of ghost, okay, fear of fear of snakes, fear of dogs, okay. So you see a lot of fears. If you ask the child, sir, I am afraid of this, I am afraid of that, they can give a list of fears, okay. And very important, you see in Pulsatilla. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is happening? So, jealousy. Jealousy. What is the reason for jealousy in Pulsatilla? Jealousy is because of insecurity. Right? Jealousy is because she has not been given the kind of attention she deserves. Okay, so jealousy. When, I mean, this is a common scenario, especially in countries like India. Unfortunately, when the second child is a boy, then first child is out of the scene, provided she is a girl. Okay, things are changing now, but this is how it is, right? So, similar situation you will also see in Netron. Okay, but you will see in Pulsatilla. Pulsatilla can go cling to them. Netron, what is it? Realizes and she says, no, I am not going back. Okay, and she looks for love elsewhere. And she gets into problems. Okay, so jealousy, they're very selfish. Pulsatilla kids are very selfish. Now, how do you understand selfishness in kids? They don't share their toys. Some person has come home, mother says, play with him or give you a toy, share your toy. My toys, mine. Right? So selfish, very manipulative. Okay. See, skillful in influencing or controlling others to your own advantage. And the biggest weapon Pulsatilla has is tears. The biggest weapon Pulsatilla has is tears. Dad, you are not liking me? Dad, you are not buying this to me? Right? Right? So when they can manipulate, they can very sweetly manipulate. Okay? They can be very manipulative, the other remedies. Pulsatilla girl, when she grows, okay? Again you see a beautiful girl, naturally when you are beautiful, you attract a lot of men, right? So she likes that attention, fine? And again, that's the problem, she might be confused, this, him, she, whatever. Okay. So, confusion, she is not able to decide. Again, a very mild, gentle girl. Many times Pulsatilla is compared to the animal sheep. Okay, why sheep? Because sheep is again something which is very mild. Okay, and antimproved we compared it to pig, and arsenic we compared it to horse. So Pulsatilla is compared to sheep because it's mild, and it's a very so not I don't know if sheep can take its own decision. If it can take its own decision, it will say that don't kill me. Okay, but it is known for being very innocent animal, and it will trust ultimately the butcher. There is a problem, no, in Canada that it will trust the butcher only, who will who will cut it. Okay, so very female remedy or a Pulsatilla lady. See, what I want you to understand here is the confusion, irresolute, whom to select. something very, very prominent. Okay? Sir, he is very nice. So they are confused. Then we spoke about that. I will not repeat it, but they are confused. And a Pulsatilla lady. Pulsatilla lady, I mean, she can be very motherly, she can be very caring, very affectionate. Typical Indian woman is what they say. Typical Indian mother, but not all Indian mothers are Pulsatilla. Okay, then our job becomes very easy. Are you Indian? Are you Indian mother? Pulsatilla. No, no. That is not homeopathy. That is not homeopathy way of treating patients. But typically that's what they say, because Indian mothers are known for being, being very affectionate, very caring, very loving. Yeah, these are few measures. Okay. Clingy, yeah, and they can be very moody. They can be irresolute, they will not know what to decide. And Pulsatillas can be very impressionable. Now what do you understand by the word impressionable? You get easily impressed by somebody. Fine? That is the biggest negative point of Pulsatilla. Okay? Fine? She can, for example, what is it? You read a biopic of biography, autobiography, something like that, and you start following it, or you start seeing somebody and you get impressed by it and you start following it. See, basically they are very, very wavering. They will not have a strong will of their own. Okay, and they can get easily impressed with somebody. Right? So highly impressionable people, and again, highly imaginative. See, many times Pulsatilla might have confusion in marriage. Many times they can have aversion to marriage. They might either be confused, should I marry or not? When we ask them, why you don't want to marry? Sir, I am so comfortable here in the family. In my family, my dad, my mom, they are so caring. How will the new man be? Will he be same caring like what I am here? I don't know how much I need to change, I don't know how much I need to compromise. So, but if you tell them, no, he's a very good boy, dad comes and tells, no, he's very good, I am confident, you will be very happy. Sure, dad, fine, okay, dad, then fix the dates. Fine, that's the kind of people they are. So, irresolute about marriage, they can be suspicious, they can be fearful, all these emotions you can see in Pulsatilla. Fear of narrow roads, fear of darkness, okay, and fear of heights, fear of people, okay, and you also saw in a Pulsatilla child there is good amount of jealousy. You can also see the same as a Pulsatilla child grows into a lady. You can see jealousy, you can see envy. Some couples, they are very happy. Something she has, I don't have. Okay, for example, she comes with a platinum chain, or she comes with a diamond chain, and I don't have a diamond chain. She has, I don't have. Right? So that materialistic things can bother her. And weeping is something you all know is very prominent in Pulsatilla. Weeping, better by consolation. Exact opposite to net terms. Net terms will not like consolation. Pulsatilla loves consolation. They feel better when you console them. Consolation, amelioration, they can be religious, praying to God, out of insecurity, help me kind of a feeling. And I want to focus on one more important area. Men who are feminine. Please, I'll repeat this, it's a beautiful phrase or it's a beautiful line in Pulsatilla. Men who have more of womanly instincts. Okay? Now this is what we call it as effeminate. What is it? Effeminate. Right? So, for example, that's what I was trying to tell you. See, today's generation, men are forced to take up the duties of taking care of the child. Okay, but what I am trying to tell you is, they have that motherly instincts. Please get me right. Don't go with the image, but please get me right. I want you to understand that they are the people who have got motherly instincts. For example, when the child is crying, his wife may not bother. She might be sepia. She may not bother, but this guy has got that thing. Your baby is crying. Generally, what is it? It is more of women instinct. Allah. thigh is what she feels, but pulsatilla man will have those womanly instinct, and they can be effeminate, meaning the way they dress, more of femininity, more of feminine hormones might be dominating in pulsatilla individual. Okay, predominantly male, but then for example, what is this? Crying. Who is crying? Ideally, with due respect, ideally we expect women to be more emotional and man to be more strong. What is happening here? Sir, my husband, sir, you know what? He cries like ladies, sir. Right? He cries like ladies. No. So that effeminate and that motherly instincts, see, these are all few things. I mean, forget about this. This is more of not being able to decide, irresolute. Irresolute. But this is more of shyness. Who is getting shy? Do you expect shyness in this age? No. Okay. So, but you see, pulsatilla men giggling like women, and you feel that what is it? The body language. You realize, whom am I talking to? Is she a lady or is she a male? That kind of a thought you get. So effeminate. I'll be discussing Lyco next. Lyco can also be effeminate. Silicea can be effeminate. Okay, calcarea can be effeminate. Fine? Fluoric acid can be effeminate. Effeminate. We'll discuss this in detail. But did you get a broad idea of what pulsatilla mind is? So whatever the take-home message, important information is that they are very basic nature, they are very mild, they are very gentle, they are very caring, they are very affectionate, and they are very, very sensitive. Very emotional, small things can hurt them, and they can weep very easily, very freely. Tears roll down very freely. Okay, and consolation ameliorates, lot of fears, okay, lot of confusions, dependency is small. They are very clingy to father, clingy to husband, clingy to children. They are very clingy kind of a people, okay, very changeable. You never know when their mood can change. Okay, very emotional, very sentimental, okay, and very impressionable. These are all the keywords. And they can also have a lot of fixed thoughts that marriage is not good. That's what Dr. Kent says. Drinking milk is bad. Because this is a fixed thought. Somebody would have told, don't drink milk. Or somebody would have told, don't marry. My life is like this. Now pulsatilla is impressionable. So she gets that impression. Oh, marriage means it's like that only. My marriage also will become like that. But then somebody who is having a very nice married life, they come and say, hey, are you full? You see, I'm married for the last 27 years, 28 years, 30 years, 50 years. How beautiful our life is. You should marry, you should have a companion. Okay? That's so, okay. Apart, fine. See a nice guy, fixed, I'm ready for the wedding. So this is how they are changeable, impressionable, emotional. These are the words they are going to take. Male having more of womanly instincts, effeminate, weeping like a woman, feeling shy like a woman. Okay? Fine? Many times we get patients in our clinic. With due respect, we are not judging anybody here, but as a teacher, I have to tell you, because tomorrow you should not miss the gestures they are doing in front of us, the way they are walking, everything matters for us. And there is something very important, effeminate, you will have to be careful. Okay? So the last part of pulsatilla, next 10-15 minutes we will try to compile and we will try to finish. We spoke of introduction, I gave you sphere of action, I gave you ailment storm, I gave you characteristic symptoms. That's one part, and that part is what becomes very useful for us now. And the second part we spoke was mind. Okay. So we will quickly recall the first part, sphere of action. Where do you see pulsatilla acting? Mucous membrane, eyes, ears, stomach, lower, the kidneys, male genitalia, female genitalia. So we will be focusing on those areas. And what are the ailments from? Coffee. Coffee or tea? Tea. Spicy. Ice cream. Getting feet wet. Pastries, bakery item, cream, fatty food, pork, all those things. So we start with head and I'll keep it simple. Now what do you expect in head of Pulsatilla? Headaches, very good. What brings on headache in Pulsatilla? Tea, good. One possibility. Headache after rich food. Migraine. Headache with vomiting. Headache in school going girls. Can you be more specific? Can you be more specific? I told you one important characteristic symptom in Pulsatilla. Headaches during puberty. Okay. Headache in girls when they are hitting puberty, 11 years, 10 years, 12 years. It is not headache in school girls in general. Headache in school girls who are about to hit puberty that time. Headache in school girls, better remedies? Natrium, calcareous. Okay, gelsimia. Okay, so headaches, school going girls during puberty, you gave me the cause, and where is the location? Where is the location? What is the word you should tell me? Sir, there is no location in Pulsatilla. That is what I expected. What will you tell me, sir? The girl will come and tell you, sir, देखो sir, कभी इधर होता है sir इधर, कभी इधर होता है, कभी इधर, कभी उधर. क्या है वो? Changeable. If you don't use the word changeable, then it means you have not understood Pulsatilla. So Pulsatilla, it is not a fixed location. When I did gelsimia last, what did I tell you in gelsimia? What your friend says occiput. Very good. One more friend says, sir, सिर्फ occiput ही नहीं sir, occiput से आगे आके settles in the eye. We are very clear. That clarity we cannot give you in Pulsatilla because the patient itself, she has no clarity. Because they keep changing. So kabhi idhar, kabhi udhar. Location keeps changing. So mainly headaches which keeps changing its location. You gave me the ailments, agreed, very good. Now I what to expect? Inflammation, conjunctivitis, good. Beautiful styes, yes I am happy. Your friend is talking about styes, good styes. What else? What did I tell you? You'll have to just use the characteristic symptoms, sphere of action, ailment, combine, and then from head to toe you can start writing. Discharges, conjunctivitis, eyes are getting glued. How is the discharge? Black, yellow, thick, greenish discharges. Okay. Conjunctivitis, tight, beautiful. Yes. Photoria, good. When you talk of photoria, what is the next thing that's going to come here? Again the discharges. How is the discharge? Thick, yellow, greenish, black, it is coming. One part. Second part? Deafness, good, deafness. Third part? Otalgia, very good. What was special in otalgia? I told you a case. Child cries with pain in the ears. Weeping from pain in the ears. Pulsatilla. One more remedy I gave you is thermometer. So otalgia, otoria, deafness. And nose, what do you say? Discharges. So what type of discharges you know? So the catch here is, when you look at alimsepa, when you look at epiphasia, there you saw more of watery, thin discharges. So when the discharges become thick, when the cold ripens, that's where you think of Pulsatilla. After exposure to cold air, after eating ice creams, if they have discharge, which is thick, you can think of Pulsatilla. Okay? Tongue. Why yellow? Because the discharges are yellow. No problem. I like this speed. Right or wrong is my headache. You tell me black, yellow, blue, no issue. We'll take it. Okay. But what I want you to interpret, understand. How is the tongue in Pulsatilla? Tongue is dry. Yeah, who's that? What happens when the tongue is dry? What happens? Many times in the class, 1 hour, 2 hours when I am taking class, though I am taking class, you feel tired. Sir, water. So what is it? You feel thirsty. Now what is the beauty in Pulsatilla? In spite of dryness, there is no thirst. That is characteristic. Dry tongue, but no thirst. Okay. And if you look at the doctrine of signature, it is told Pulsatilla grows in dry areas. And it does not require too much of water. Okay. It grows in rocky areas. Fine. And it does not require water. Same happens in a Pulsatilla lady. How many glass of water you drink? Sir, hardly 1 glass. Okay. 1.5 glass. 2 glasses. Right? Many times my husband keeps forcing. Drink. It's good. You didn't drink today. Oh, then I realize and I drink. So, thirstless. Tongue dry, thirstless. 1. And stomach, GA is very important. What will happen in GA? What are the ailments that can bring on GA complaints in Pulsatilla? One, tea. Fatty food and spicy food. Okay. Iron tablets. They can cause problems. So you mainly see, what is that you see in stomach under severe affection? Very good, indigestion. Digestion is weak, indigestion. You see a lot of verbs, dakar. Okay, fine. They can have nausea. There is indigestion, bloating of abdomen, all those things. Thirstless. Okay. And desserts, bread, meat and other things. But unfortunately, though they like fatty food, they cannot tolerate fatty food. Sir, मेरे को पसंद. But what happens? If I take fatty food, I will end up with J complaints. Mainly diarrhea. Okay. So abdomen bloating, all these things, desires, aversions. Lower down, what you see is the rectum. Now what you see under rectum here in pulse is diarrhea. What is the character of diarrhea? Mucus and beautiful. That's the changeability. That is the keyword. Two stools are not aligned. Okay. Dr. Boric says in this Materia Medica, they can pass four times stools, normal stools. Frequent stools, normal stools. No watery stools, nothing. 4 times but normal stools. So diarrhea or constipation after iron tablets, and they have constipation. You can think of Pulsatilla. Okay, so moving ahead, male, what do you see under male? Male. Go back to this fraction. It has an affinity for testicles. It affects the pempiform plexus. Affecting the testicles, what is it causing? Arthritis, inflammation, arthritis. Metastasis from mumps to the testis. If you read mumps, what is mumps? Parotid gland. Because, first year student. Parotid gland inflammation. Then the inflammation, as a complication, it is affecting the male, where the testes are affected, or in female, the ovaries are affected. Okay. So metastasis, meaning from here it is going here. Okay. So what is it? Varicocele, arthritis, or metastasis of mumps to testes. These things you can think of in male. Female, amenorrhea, cause for amenorrhea. Getting treatment, amenorrhea. One more point, female, what is it? Okay, menses, early scanty, or it can be delayed, profuse, dark blood, bright blood, you can write all that. Because there is changeability in Pulsatilla. Okay, dysmenorrhea, leukorrhea. The only discharge which is accurate is leukorrhea. Okay, you can talk about leukorrhea. You can talk about complaints during pregnancy. And this is where I told you I will be sharing a personal case of mine. And what was this case is malposition of the fetus. What is the normal position? Head down, extremities come down and head goes up, or when you have transverse line. Now extremities up and head, extremities down and head up. This is what we call it as breech presentation. Breech. Mark position of fetus is what is given. So my second child, the first one, the gynecologist is also a very nice madam, our teacher. Okay. So madam had done the examination, scanning was done, and then she called us and told, it's a breech presentation. Most probably we might go into C-section. But we'll wait and see, and luckily she knows homeopathy. She also takes homeopathy. So what we requested her is, this is 25 years backstory. What we requested is, ma'am, can we try with some homeopathic medicines? Yeah, why not? You can always. So then we had our teacher, Usha ma'am, and my wife was assisting Usha ma'am. So when we went with reports to Usha ma'am said, don't worry, nothing will happen. You take this remedy. And what was the remedy? Pulsatilla. You take this remedy, Pulsatilla, 3 days, and let's see. So after 3 days, when she was naming the date and all, the baby took a beautiful turn. Okay, fine. So what had to be a C-section, it became normal delivery. Thanks to Usha ma'am and thanks to homeopathy, and thanks to our gynecologist, because she believed, she gave us some time, and worst case I am there. That's the kind of confidence she gave. Yeah, you can try. There's nothing wrong. Worst case C-section, yes, I am there, and C-section will be done. Or if you can do something with your homeopathic remedies, well and good. So the first one, was a normal delivery, was in breech, indebted to Pulsatilla. Otherwise, wife would have gone under my C-section. Right? So this is what I just wanted to share. But don't blindly prescribe. There are a lot of other remedies, because Usha ma'am knew my wife. She was her assistant. So she had her own calculations and she gave her Pulsatilla. Okay. So that's about the female. So you'll have to confidently remember malposition of fetus. First thing, which is very, very important. And of course, the leukorrhea, the menstrual thing, the dysmenorrhea, complaints during puberty, pregnancy complaints, all these things you can write. And the last area here is, respiratory. What do you expect under respiratory? Yeah, so you get cough, productive cough. And about a number of cases where we have cured children with cough. Children with cough during sleep, and sleep will get disturbed because of cough. The only 2 remedies, Pulsatilla and sulfur. What is it? Pulsatilla and sulfur. Cough at night, disturbing sleep. Cough at night, disturbing sleep. Pulsatilla and of course I was talking about sulfur. Okay. In the last, we will be looking at the modalities. What aggravates? Pulsatilla is a hot patient. What aggravates? Heat, sun, and all those ailments. Fatty food, rich food, ice creams, tea can have aggravating factors, and the amelioration is mainly cold. Dr. Kent uses the word strolling. If you read his Materia Medica, beautiful book, he talks of strolling. Strolling means slow walk in open air. So amelioration open air, amelioration cold, amelioration gentle walking, or bracket strolling. Fine. So these are few ameliorating factors in Pulsatilla. So to conclude, pulse is a very important remedy. I told you for students as well as when you become a practitioner tomorrow, we commonly use it in our clinics. So for you it can be a drug picture first year. If it is not a drug picture, it can be a 5-mark question. You can have mind of Pulsatilla, you can have gastric complaints of Pulsatilla, or you can have female complaints of Pulsatilla, or list the characteristic symptoms of Pulsatilla. These are few things which can come for your exams. Okay. Any quick questions in Pulsatilla? 11. Fine. So any quick questions in Pulsatilla? All clear? Anything to ask? Okay, so if you are clear, thank you, and tomorrow we'll quickly finish the remedy that we have planned. Okay, thank you.